huge fan. I love your content. I
Thank
actually love your content. So it's
thank
amazing. But मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहती थी,
जी
रणवीर बियर बाइसेप्स कैसे बना?
मैम। जब इस YouTube चैनल की शुरुआत हुई थी तो गोल यही था कि मुझे दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा फिटनेस चैनल स्टार्ट करना है। पर अलोंग द वे ये सोचा कि लोगों को फिटनेस के बारे में इतना नहीं जानना है एज कम्पेयर
हाँ,
टू फैशन, एज कम्पेयर टू ग्रूमिंग, एज कम्पेयर टू कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स। तो द गेम चेंज्ड ओवर टाइम एंड अभी द नेम स्टक अराउंड आई गेस।
it's amazing. And you started, as you said, you call yourself a startup. So I'm very curious to know what it started as motivation, to see your own physical transformation. And now you are a brand, yeah. जरा बताओ कैसे?
I mean, in my heart, I'm still an engineering student. I'm still a startup boy.
हाँ.
Even now, the plan is to launch more businesses. Matlab, much more than a YouTuber, I feel like a businessman. And I think the brand just gets made as a bonus. But in my heart, I'm just thinking, okay, what are we doing next? What are we doing in 2022? What are we doing in 2023? So that's the plan, and that's what gets the most out of me also.
Hmm. So, I mean, when you started, I know, as you said, men's grooming, usually you see the ladies talking about the halls and makeup. You launched into a territory that we didn't see many men do. Was it difficult? And now it seems everybody seems to be embracing it.
I think back then, because I saw no one doing it, I thought, okay, that's the thing we should be doing. So that's always been the case. Like even with podcasts, even with business for that matter, you always do the thing which no one is doing because then you can get to be the first person who's doing it. But I think more than anything, it's a reflection of just generally YouTube is always a reflection of what the YouTuber is going through in life.
Huh.
So I started fitness because I was in a very fitness mind space at in 2015. And in 2016, 17, I started dating some people. They taught me how to dress. They taught me how to take care of my skin and hair and all that. And
Wow.
I just thought, why not share this with the audience as well? So that's the
Awesome.
logic.
Awesome. But now, how was the lockdown for you? And I'm sure, you've created a lot of content. But aajkal, everyone has a channel. Everyone is creating content. How do you see it going? Where do you see it going?
I honestly have stopped answering that question because it's not predictable. Anything can happen. Like TikTok can boom overnight, TikTok can shut overnight, some new thing can boom. I've just figured ki as a social media creator, you do multiple things, put out a lot of work, and you'll always be safe. That's how I look at it. And I feel like you should plan for your life ahead of social media also, which is something a lot of social media creators don't do. So yeah, if you want to get into Bollywood, do that. Yeah, if you want to get into business, do that. But don't just limit yourself to this. It's an empty game, I feel.
एंड बॉलीवुड की बात की बहुत आपके जो कंटेम्पररीज हैं उन्होंने बॉलीवुड में दे पुट वन स्टेप एनी प्लान्स
No, not at all. I'm a businessman in my heart, and I want to create amazing products. I want Elon Musk is my idol more than Shah Rukh Khan. So like I want to do that.
वाह पर
Yeah.
अभी आपने देखा आजकल बॉलीवुड वाले भी अपना चैनल लॉन्च कर रहे हैं
हाँ.
सो वे what do you think is the difference between a YouTuber content creator and when Bollywood comes in?
I feel कि after coronavirus, it's almost become people look at everyone in the same light. It was very different before the pandemic, and I
हाँ,
think this is going to stay. कि people now relate to, या तो they relate to authenticity, or they put their idols on complete pedestals. मतलब
हाँ,
या तो to be relevant, you be very authentic. या you do something like a Virat Kohli or some Jasprit Bumrah, T Natarajan, where you become superhuman. So if the question is about relevance, I feel it's only one of these two parts. I also feel that again, like I'm not a web actor, but I have a lot of web actor friends, and they keep saying that the lines are going to completely blur now. Like earlier, the thing is there was a distinction between Bollywood and web. I feel like now
हाँ.
everything's going to become one thing, and all the content is going to be up on OTT platforms because even if everyone gets a vaccine, people are still not comfortable going to movie theaters and all that again. So
Which is true.
everything has changed. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, which it has, and also I feel the star system also has been upended. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
अब तो
Ma'am, actually,
content.
you would know much more than me because you
Yeah.
are observing it. I'm again as a YouTuber and as a business person, you're always stuck in your own world. So I think you can answer that much more than I can.
I look at you all and take inspiration and I see मैंने क्या किया अपने 25 साल में. मेरे जो रिटायरमेंट प्लान्स थे ना वो तो गए, अब तो मुझे बस चक्की पीसिंग। आप बताओ आपका क्या प्लान है? यू सेड यू वांट टू रिटायर एट 40 टाइप्स।
यस मैम, मेरे को रिटायर होके हिमालयाज में सेटल होना है। आई फील कि मैं आईब्रोज शेव कर दूंगा, बालों को शेव करके मंक बन जाऊंगा। तो दैट्स द प्लान एट सम पॉइंट।
Seriously, you'll do it also, I think.
Shayad, maybe. I don't know. I think all the meditation at this age, I've been meditating a lot now. I'm 27. I started at 22. And it
Wow.
really changes you. It changes how you think. It changes what you want from life. It makes you very peaceful. And once you experience that kind of peace, you realize ki no amount of money, fame, success can bring you that level of peace. And in saying that, one of my idols is Narayan Murthy, who also started meditating early in life. And his logic about spiritual growth is you create jobs. So I
Yeah.
feel that that's a motivation, like creating jobs. But at the same time, the goal is to like retire into the mountains, be in nature, all that. So
Wow.
let's see.
I wish I had your wisdom at 27. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of
Amazing.
right place, right time.
No, which is true. But I mean, for your generation, it's really sad. You people are so creative, but on that, from the old timers, you also are at the receiving end. Like, there are memes saying never has a generation recorded so much of having achieved nothing. आजकल वो एक influencer tag भी has now kind of everyone is an influencer.
Yeah.
What do you, as someone on that side, who is an influencer, who is a brand, have to say about this? Because it suddenly become like free for all.
Yeah, I mean, it is easy. And I feel this is also a phase. What's going to happen now is many people are going to start fading away because people can only sustain this through brand money. And I mean, that's the only way to sustain this career. Ya to you take money from your parents. So that's the harsh reality. That those are the only two ways of being an influencer. Either you get money through brands or your parents. And I feel that now a lot of brands are going to stop giving money to the empty influencers. So you're going to see a lot of people fade away and leave this industry also, and it's going to get cleaned up. But 100% it's not a clean industry as of now.
Yeah. So what are the challenges? You tell me, yeah. I mean, and also your personal life is really reflected a lot in your work. You bring a lot of your personal struggles. I also like the ease with which you interview the stars. I'm honestly, when I said I'm a fan, I saw a couple of your interviews. I was like, easy going. हमारा क्या होता है जल्दी जल्दी और दिमाग में होता है कौन सी headline है, news channel को कौन सा देना है मैंने headline, which is the, that's how it works with us. But with you, what is it like?
I really don't know. I think, see, I mean, I consume a lot of American media. So I just feel that was thoda missing in our country. And I just tried bringing that flavor a little bit. Also, I understand what the audience wants. Because I want that kind of content as a consumer. And that's
how would you define that? Because if you see, usually my contemporaries, we all follow the same thing. हमको headlines चाहिए होती हैं, हम लोग वो करते हैं, picture के बारे में बात करते हैं. But it's very different. What do you think is lacking here? And
people want to hear about the real person. Like, what is this person's insecurities? What is this person jealous about? What is troubling this person? Once you can latch into that, what happens in an interview is, if people go to that deep part of themselves, they start trusting you as an interviewer, and then they'll tell you much more stuff. The things they've always wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And then from that very deep stuff, you always get a headline, or you get, like...
Which is so true.
But first you have to unlock the person. So you have to go much more into the person's soul rather than just the person's brand. That's what I feel.
Yeah. So what do you think are the current challenges for content creators like you?
Ma'am, there's like a very intense demand, firstly. Like, you have to keep putting up stuff all the time. That's one thing for sure. And I've seen people fading away if they don't. And everyone knows this key. You have to keep it going. That's the big challenge. But what I'll also say is, a lot of people can master that. What many people can't master is reinvention. Because audiences in this country, they want you to reinvent very fast. It's not how it used to be. Like, earlier people were patient. Even with American creators who started, say, 10 years before us, like in 2006, 2007, for them, they didn't have that challenge of reinvention really. But a lot of Indian creators have that, and whoever doesn't reinvent starts fading away. So to constantly think of what are you going to do next, even once something is working for you, you can't enjoy it. You have to think of, okay, now I've set the bar so high, now how do I take it further? So it's a very intense game, but if you can sustain it, it pays off. Which is why I took up the meditation, because it just kept me stable in the head. I see a lot of people in drinks, see a lot of people consumed by drugs, all these things. And it's a part of this world. because there's just too much pressure. Um, but if you know your lifestyle is stable, your habits are great, you can cope with it.
Awesome, you sound so zen. But एक बात बताओ, कभी-कभी insecurity होती है. Like there's so much of social media, you know, like I want to go on a detox, but I can't switch off. I have to see कितने number आए, उसको क्या मिला, उसने ये कैसे किया. I mean, and I've been doing it for 25 years and still stuck in that same rut, as I would say. What is with you? What are your challenges? What makes you insecure? What gets to you?
So very early on, I think probably when we used to do fitness content, that time numbers used to bother me. Because you're very limited in your brand. Okay, when you're starting out, you have to choose one niche, and then you have niches to compete with. But over time, if you build out into many different niches and your brand is known for multiple things, and if you're able to create a unique brand, you're automatically, going in a niche of your own. You're creating a very unique space. So then in that space, there's no competition. But even while being in that space, you can start comparing yourself to, say, someone who has more numbers than you. So this is something you have to learn very early on, that it's not about the numbers as much as it is about the community you're building, because that's the real power. And even people with numbers, see, even if you think of, can I take names here? Like of,
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do.
So even someone like, say, Sunny Deol or Jackie Shroff or Anil Kapoor were much more relevant in the 90s. They had numbers back then. But as you age, numbers will always leave you. So it's much more about what you create along the way. So I feel like long term, if you want to stay relevant, it's about creating things that are beyond yourself. Like Yash Raj Films has been relevant since the 70s, 80s, 90s, even now, because it was something beyond the human being. So that should be the goal. And I also feel that many influencers are learning that and creating businesses. So this whole insecurity phase is also going to go away. Just the influencers who are coming up right now are very smart compared to my generation of influencers. I do feel my generation, may say, many people will, ya to they'll go into Bollywood, ya to they'll fade away. It's going to be one of the two. There are very few business oriented people. There's a lady called Shruti Arjun Anand. She's from a little bit before me. She's from Delhi. She's created a very big content business. So anyone who creates things out of their fame, they'll be okay. And then insecurity doesn't trouble you, because you'll only be insecure if you have one thing to compete with, which is numbers. But if you are doing so many things, like there's too much to do to feel insecure about. Like you become too busy doing those things.
I so wish I was born around this time and was this age, and I would have learned so much from you. हमारा तो time गया यार, तब तो हमारे पास Google भी नहीं था, YouTube, But एक पूछना चाहती हूँ, which was that moment when you realized I'm famous, I'm known, people recognize me?
Once I think I was out with one of my with my school group, which also contained one ex-girlfriend of mine, and a group came up to me and they took photos with me. That was the first time someone ever asked me to take photos. This is way back, 2016. So that time I felt ki, wow, this is a thoda movie film type moment. So
and वो जली जली. I love it. So asking you, which was one episode of yours you enjoyed the most?
There was one I did with Gaur Gopal Das Prabhu. He's a spiritual teacher.
Yes.
So I usually prepare a lot for episodes. I prepare, what I'm going to ask. And this was the one where I didn't prepare. I just asked him all my doubts, like about life, about generally, what I'm thinking, about all these things. And it was very organic and it became the most loved episode. So
that's the one I saw.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So it's you know what I mean. It was a very real episode. It was very a lot of the stuff I went through in life. I was just taking my own mentoring and made it a podcast.
It was just amazing. एक बात बताओ, जैसे हम भी stars को interview करते हैं, आपने भी किया है. There's some who are lovely, will give you everything. But किसी से तो भैया एक line भी निकलवाना बड़ी मुश्किल हो जाती है. आपके साथ ऐसा कौन था? One you enjoyed and one you found was like the toughest. मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ?
So. Fortunately, I know it's a very cliched answer, but I've actually not faced that, because I spent 15-20 minutes before the interview just talking to them, having a coffee with them and making them comfortable. And I do this with all my guests. I have a big ritual before starting rolling. And I'll do, if I want to unlock something, I feel someone is going to be a tough guest, I'll do a lot of research on them and figure something from very deep in their past, which they'll get excited about. And once someone gets excited, everyone breaks down. So
true.
I'd probably say that, but in terms of tough interviews, I had Sudha Murthy ma'am yesterday.
Wow.
I was intimidated in terms of, I was in awe, wow, I'm talking to Sudha Murthy. So I'd probably say that was a tough one.
Okay. And which was one guest who surprised you?
Um, I think Priyanka Chopra was a surprise. Like she, a lot of people told me things about her. People made assumptions about her. Ki, nahi, she's a very big star. Ye wo. But I think once the camera started rolling, she was
हाँ.
almost protective of the content piece. Like that's the vibe I got from her. She understood what I'm trying to go for, like in the interview, and she started building it with me. She gave me a very like Didi vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like a
I
very
know. She,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll protect you through this. Don't worry. So that level of everything she said, it came out from a very deep place, and I felt very. And that was my first big interview, so it was like a very. I was nervous. She sensed that and she calmed me down. So I'll probably say Priyanka Chopra.
Who's that one guest on your wish list?
Virat Kohli, like for sure. Virat
वो
Kohli,
तो
I'm very
वही
in.
हो जाएगा, वो तो हो जाएगा, और जिस दिन होगा ना मुझे भी बताना यार. I'm also a huge fan.
नहीं, of course, man.
Acha, and how do you, which is one most annoying moment by a fan?
By a fan?
Mm.
I once got grabbed and kissed like at a YouTube fan fest. So I don't know if it was annoying, but it was very different. It was like, ye kya ho gaya? I didn't, because I'm an engineering nerd, like I didn't expect so much glamour in my life. So it was very different. And again, this also happened very early in my career. So now I'm fine. But that time it was like, wow, what is this life?
This is one question I've asked Prateek Gandhi, Shreya Dhanvantari. I'm going to ask you, and also Jitendra Kumar. Engineering college से जो भी आता है, वो actor और content creator कैसे बन जाते हैं यार? I mean, we should all go for engineering.
नहीं मैम, even in my companies there's only engineers. Engineering से आप जुगाड़ सीखते हो, and जुगाड़ can be applied in any industry, in any field. ऊपर से I feel कि engineering really makes you tough, like it because you've seen Three Idiots, right? Like the
Yes, of
kind of
course.
the brutality they show, that's all real. It happens to all of us in engineering college. So once you've been through that, you can face anything in life. And usually media is also a tough industry to come up yourself. So
True.
you need some level of toughness to reach a certain level, and that's why I think a lot of engineers make it.
आपसे ये पूछना चाहिए, चाहती हूँ कि what would this one thing you would change in the Indian educational system?
I would put a lot of attention on martial arts and sports. Martial arts, especially for girls, not because of self-defense or something. It just teaches you a lot of confidence. So, and I was blessed enough to learn martial arts early in life, and I know how it changed me. At least a sport, if not martial arts. But India has a history of martial arts, and I want to reintroduce that. So the goal maybe one day is to be a part of the government or to influence the government in some way to really make sports the center of education.
मुझे लगता है वो भी हो जाएगा. वो तो हो जाएगा.
I hope so.
And where do you see this community in 10 years' time?
The YouTube community? There will be people who will fade away, 100%. Who won't be able to bounce back, because I see things going wrong as well. But there'll be many, many, many success stories, and there'll be more success stories than people who fade away. So especially the ones who've made it to the top, they'll sustain. Like the people who are considered A category influencers and all, they'll be able to survive. Because it takes a lot to reach that category, and if they've maintained that, matlab they've thought about their career, their future, and they'll be able to take that forward also. I also feel that we've not even seen the start of it. It's just starting. So people think it's a saturated industry, but actually there's a lot of opportunity.
What would happen hypothetically if YouTube vanished one day? फिर क्या होगा?
Then everyone will focus on Instagram, and then we'll think about LinkedIn and Twitter. It's a very wide social media world. There's already one new app coming up called Clubhouse that will also slowly become a social media app.
हाँ, वो सब मुझे भेज रहे हैं. Clubhouse join करो जी.
So, and ma'am, like there's one new one every 2 years. There's something every 2 years. So social media will never die out, even if the platform dies out. Eventually, I also feel a lot of our YouTubers are going to move into Netflix, are going to move into, all these Prime Video, all these things.
Yeah.
So
they already are, most of them.
Yeah, but they'll move permanently. Like I feel that will also happen, but people will survive. Very few people will completely fade away, but there will be people who will fade away.
Awesome. और एक और चीज बता, one thing you wish people wouldn't do. एक चीज जो आपको बहुत irritating लगती है जब आप खुद as a viewer are scrolling through people's channels and seeing videos and you're like, ये क्या कर दिया?
I personally don't enjoy hateful content. I don't even watch it. I feel it's a thoda dadaji answer to give, but that's actually
No.
That's what it is, because I believe in spreading happiness. Like my content, some people think it's boring and vanilla. I think it's how content should be. You should put out positivity. You should put out love.
Totally agree.
क्योंकि forget from a content perspective or from a numbers perspective, when you put out hate at that level to so many eyeballs, it will come back to you in some form. So
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am. So
It's a spiral effect. Yeah.
Even content carries karma. So like
I'm
just
so glad you agree, because एक जमाने में मुझे बोलते थे ना, वो little tidbits लिखो जब मैं news में थी. ऐसे मैं क्यों किसी का कर्मा लूं यार? By saying when this person's so nice to me, why should I write something a tabloid has written?
Yeah, so I feel you should be responsible as a creator. But theek hai, I mean, we can't help it. We can't change everything. That's just how I think. See, hateful content will always be there. That's why Big Boss works in the first place. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of, negativity within that show. But people watch that kind of stuff. I wish I could change that. I see it changing over the next 20 years. I wouldn't even say over the next 10, but in 20 years' time, India will be a very different place.
Just hope so. और trolls का क्या कर रहे हैं? वो जो साथ में अपने comment लिखते हैं, bots जो इतने.
I mean, that will be there. It's fine. It's a part of this job, man. So, I mean, even Amitabh Bachchan and Sachin Tendulkar have trolls. So, like, who are YouTubers?
Exactly. Very true. But I liked what you said, that content also carries karma. And I think we should take it from there. I really, really like this line. So lastly, before we go, 3 advice you would want to give to being creative. 3 advice.
To being creative?
Creative, yeah.
Take time off, but at the same time, work a little bit every day. Even if you write one tweet, just do that little amount of work, but push yourself to create a little bit every day. And on some days we're feeling extra creative, create a lot. Like, write a lot, record a lot, all that. Second thing I'll say, because it helped me a lot, meditate regularly, because your brain becomes very like empty and you're able to write much more interesting stuff. You're able to understand what works better. You're able to plan 2-3 years ahead, sometimes in your meditation. So definitely meditate a lot. And the third thing I'd say is probably, I mean, this is again something that helps me. I feel creativity at its core is writing, like all kinds of creativity. Now, even if you're going for a podcast, even if you're going for a YouTube video, even if you're going for a film, it begins with you taking a pen or taking your laptop and writing. And writing ka source is reading. So reading is a lost art. And I feel like if people take it up again, they'll see their own creativity getting unlocked. So whether you're in comedy, yeah, jo bhi, whether you're creating videos about animals, when you read, you get inspiration to write something of your own also.
Absolutely. More power to you, yeah. And when you take that trip to the Himalayas, na, mujhe bhi call kar dena. Or maybe I'll join the meditation classes. Thank you so much for inspiring, yeah. More power to you, yeah. Beer Biceps, I like the name. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes,
bye. Bye. Same here. Bye.